Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So something that I wanted to talk about today is that a lot of people out there are living dull and boring lives. So this is something you see quite a lot with a lot of people. They go to work, it's a job, normally people don't like their job. I think about 80% of people hate their jobs anyway. And then they get home from work, they either go to the gym, or a lot of people don't go to the gym. Then they watch a bit of Netflix, they make dinner, and then they repeat that 5 days a week. This is something that you constantly see with people, and it just looks like their life is going off a script. It looks like they don't have any meaning or purpose in their life, and it looks like they're just following the same script over and over, and they're doing the exact same thing every day. So, the reason why this is bad is because for a lot of these people, they're constantly bored with their lives. They feel like they're just doing the same thing over and over. And this could be you. Right now you could feel like your life is boring. And I'm going to help you with that. So I'm going to tell you a few things which I've done which has made my life more interesting and less boring. So first of all, an explanation as to why a lot of people find their lives boring in the first place is because for most people, for about 90% of people, their dopamine is constantly saturated, which means they can't find joy in daily activities like exercise, doing work, starting a business, etc. This happens from way too much instant gratification, things like Netflix, things like video games, watching TV, eating junk food. It gives you an initial hit of dopamine, makes you feel good in the short term, but then long term it's going to lower your baseline dopamine levels, and it's just going to mean that you can't find joy in everyday activities which humans are supposed to find joy in. So anything like going to the gym, working out, all of a sudden that's kind of thrown out and you don't find any joy in it. And for a lot of people, that's one of the main reasons why their life is so boring. Secondly, a lot of people don't try anything new, and people don't really challenge themselves. So people will just go to work, they'll work 5 days a week, and then on the weekend they'll maybe just go out, they'll go for a walk, or they'll go to the pub, go out clubbing, things like that, which a lot of people in their 20s do. You're not actually challenging yourself in any way, which is something which is going to help you make your life more interesting and make it more enjoyable for you. And in addition to that, most people don't actually set any goals. So setting goals is something I've been doing, it's really helpful. It's something which is going to make your life more purposeful, more interesting when you have something like that which you can build up to. Something which is going to really challenge yourselves, it's going to force you to try different things. And just having set goals of things you want to accomplish and then striving to accomplish these, it actually really makes your life a lot more enjoyable, it makes it a lot more interesting, and just a lot less boring than before when you're just doing the same thing over and over. If you have these goals set out and you know exactly what you want to do, things that you want to achieve, and you're working every day to accomplish them, and you see that you're improving with these goals, then it's really going to help you and it's going to make your life a lot more interesting and a lot more enjoyable. So my suggestion as to what a lot of people should do in this circumstance, if you're finding your life is a little bit boring right now, is first of all, the first step is to just cut out instant gratification habits. So these are things like music, constantly listening to music all the time, TV, Netflix, video games, scrolling on social media, scrolling on Instagram and TikTok. And I know that sounds like it might be difficult for you right now because you might be doing that constantly all the time and it might be something which you're addicted to. However, one thing which I found that really helps me with this is to make a daily timetable and also to have a morning routine. So if you have a morning routine set up which is healthy, where you're going outside, you're getting sunlight, you're taking a cold shower, it's really going to set the tone for the rest of the day. And then in addition to that, having that daily timetable, which you can constantly look at on your phone or on your laptop, is going to tell you exactly what you should be doing at each point of the day. It's a good thing to use if you find yourself lost and you don't know what to focus on, you don't know what to work on. You can just go and look back at your timetable, and that's really going to help you because it's going to tell you exactly what you should be doing at each point of the day. So even if you miss out on it for a couple hours, you find yourself lost and you end up watching TV, as long as you have that timetable, eventually you're going to keep going back to it and going back to it when you get lost, and the amount of time you spend on instant gratification is just going to gradually decrease over time. So those are the two things which are going to help you get rid of your addictions to instant gratification. So it could even be things like eating fast food, things like eating junk food and having snacks all the time. If you've set out in your daily schedule what you're going to have for meals and when your meal times are, this is going to help you tremendously to get back on track. So those are the two things I recommend: having a daily timetable and having a morning routine. Another suggestion which I have is, after you've cut out instant gratification, start filling in this time you used to spend going on TV, on Netflix, or scrolling on social media. Go outside and go for a run and set a time goal for yourself. So this could be anything. It could be really slow when you're starting off. You could be aiming to do 10 kilometers in 2 hours. You could be aiming to just do 2 kilometers, and maybe you give yourself half an hour, 40 minutes to do these 2 kilometers. It doesn't matter because you're just starting out. And then where the fun comes in and where the excitement comes in is when you decide the next day to come back and you're going to do the exact same distance, and you're going to set yourself a timer with 5 minutes less than before. So you're aiming to beat your time last time, and then you aim to just keep continually doing this until you keep bettering yourself and you keep improving at something. This is going to make your life a lot more interesting because you're actually setting yourself a goal, you're setting yourself a challenge, and you're striving to follow this challenge and to complete it. So this is something which I've found in my life makes it a lot more interesting, and it's something positive which you can work towards as well. Another thing, guys, is to set yourself goals. So this could be goals like building a physique, building your dream body, also a business goal like starting a business. It could be anything physically challenging, like it could be that you sign up to a marathon, you sign up to a half marathon. These are going to force you to actually train for the marathon, and it's also going to really help you in that regard. And also just having any business goals or fitness goals, it's something which you can strive towards. It's something which is going to be something meaningful in your life and something that you actually care about, something that's genuinely purposeful to you. So maybe your job is just something which you're doing to get an income in, which is fine, but it's not actually something which brings you purpose and meaning in your life. So if you set yourself a goal, something you care about, like building your dream physique or starting a business which you're passionate about, it could be anything like organic clothing. Right now it's quite popular, things like that which aren't harmful to the environment or to people. Something which is happening right now which is really positive. If you can set yourself a business goal like that and you strive towards starting your own business and or building anything like your perfect physique, it's just going to help you in that regard because it's going to bring in a new sense of meaning to your life, and it's really going to make your life more interesting, and you're going to feel like a new person. So that's another suggestion which I recommend. So all of these things that I've just mentioned are things which are going to give you purpose, and it's going to make you feel like you're here for a reason on earth. So yeah, like I mentioned before, if you're just going through life and you're just going through the motions, doing the same thing over and over, and you don't even have a purpose in life, your life's going to start to feel a little bit boring. But if you start doing these things and implementing some challenges in your life, you cut out the bad habits, it's going to make you feel like you're here for a reason and you have something to work towards, which is going to bring your life more purpose and more meaning. And it's also going to help you find out more about who you are yourself, and it's going to help you in that regard as well.